Welcome to another guide to, with me, MrSealyp. The Fortschritt ZT320 323A. This is an update of mod by AAA modding, or AAA modding, however you'd rather say it. I didn't do a guide to on this when it first came out. I was going to, and I think a few other mods came out, and you know, life takes over, and I just didn't get around to it. However, with the update, there are more options available, and I thought, well, you know what? Let's get on here. Let's have a look at it. It's an interesting looking thing. With the update is the addition of the ZT320A. The original mod was 323. This has got the 320A in it. It has also had in the update an addition of front loader option, and there are some wheel configuration options which are different too. It does say dynamic hoses. I had a bit of a fiddle around putting trailers and stuff on the back, and I couldn't quite tell what that was. But anyway, we'll have a quick look in store, then we'll have a look along the models that I've got out, and there are some various different options to look at. So into the store we go to tractors and scroll across. There we go. So we've got the ZT320A and the ZT323A. I'm going to start with the 320. It's a lower model number, a more basic version, I would imagine, is what you've been looking at. These take, this one, the ZT320A takes 29 slots. The 323A takes 28, which is an interesting one. But anyway, I would have thought they'd be identical, but they're slightly different. So let's have a look. We have options of standard and trailer hitch for attachers. We've got a front loader attacher, no or yes, so that's new to it, adding a front loader. Wheel setup, these are interesting. We've got standard, we've got wheel weights, we've got narrow tyres, narrow twins, rear twins, and standard. We've got rim colours, the white or the yellow, and then we've got design, standard or the ZT323 green. Those are the two options for design. Then we've got another one here which is standard, beacon lights or fenders. Interesting, you can't have beacons and fenders. I suppose that would be a higher slot count if you did all that as well. So there's quite a few different options to be looking at here. If we look into, I mean, that's 55,000 for a base model, and it goes up from there. The ZT323A is 60,000. Now both of them are 100 horsepower. They both got 21 miles an hour. Apart from a couple of minor details, I can't find a huge amount different with them. There are things to do with tyres, a few bits and bobs, but other than that, they look pretty much the same. Sorry, I meant to show you the options. I think the options are pretty much the same here. Standard, trailer hitch, front loader attacher, wheel setup, wheel weights, rear twins, standard. This doesn't have all the narrow options. So I suppose, yeah, that's one big difference. 320A has got a lot of narrow options, so if you're going to be doing crop work, that probably is one of the reasons why you've got that in here as well. Rim colour options are the same. Design, same. Done it again, sorry. And then beacon light fender, the same as on the 320A. So let's have a look at what we've got. So the 320A is across the front, and the 323A I've got across the back. So this one, if you look straight away, the wheels on the 320A are a different tread configuration and are narrower anyway. It's a very tidy mod, I have to say. It's an interesting look to it, but it is a very, very tidy mod. Lots of detail on here. No blur on the decals. It even looks like you've got like, oh sorry, like little bits of rust along the edge here. It's nice, it's a nice mod. Very, very cool. Let's have a look inside. So inside we have got our light options. Lights on the dash. We've got indicators. Very nice indeed. Let's start it up, shall we? Nice sound to it. Let's look at the lights on the outside. Normal lights, rear lights, main beam. This one I didn't go with the beacons option. This one I think I went standard across the board. I'm trying to remember, because obviously there are so many options here. I'm pretty sure I went standard across the board. So that's the standard version. This one is the one that's got the 323 green, and it's got the yellow rims. It's an interesting one. Now this one says narrow twins. Now I thought when it said narrow twins it'd be narrow twins front and rear. It's narrow twins at the back. It's got a nice look to that. I quite like. that. This one I think I went with the added trailer hitch. I think that's what the bar is across the back there. Farm Dog likes the extra trailer hitch. I think that was all I went with on that. Oh no, front loader attachment of course as well there. So I tried to get kind of different configurations, and I've got beacons on top as well. There we go. So beacons on the top, the Z323 green, the yellow rims, front loader attacher, narrow twins. So it's an interesting look, and it's I think having lots of options available makes it quite cool. Now, this is an odd one. And it may be me, I don't know if this is how it's supposed to be or not. It's a puzzling one. This is the one that comes up as rear twins. Not narrows, but rear twins. And I thought it was going to have two big bulky tyres on the back of this. This has got one... Oh, I went with fenders on this one too. That's what the fenders look like. That's the beacons, that's the fenders. So it's got one standard wheel and then a narrow one next to it. But the weird thing is, if you step back a bit and look, that one appears to be touching the ground, that one doesn't. It appears to be up a little bit. From the side it's a little bit harder to tell, but it does look like it's definitely smaller, you can see. Now I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, so when you kind of get into rough terrain, if you start to sink in a little bit, the other tyre then comes into contact. I don't know. It's an odd one. But yeah, I mean, it's something different. It is what it is, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know, it just looks a bit peculiar to me. But anyway, so this one has got, yeah, standard options. It's got the rear twins. It's got fenders on this one. Then we come to the last one, and this is very peculiar. This is just narrows, and that looks so thin and tall, doesn't it, with the narrows on? It's an odd looking thing. This one I didn't go with the fenders on the back. I like the fact you've got like the metal strapping, so you can add the fenders on. I like that. That's a nice touch. Beacons, front loader attacher, narrows, and that's pretty much the lineup, I think, for the 320A. They do look a bit odd. I mean, I don't know. I like them. I like the boxy tractors. I think they're really cool. Only 100 horsepower. You're not going to get any higher than that. I do like the narrow twins. I like that option. That's really cool. That one looks a bit odd. The narrows on its own looks really, really thin. But having that range of narrows available is pretty cool. So let's move on to the 323A. Now, if you look at the actual bodywork, the design, it's pretty much identical. I can't see anything really different, other than the fact the decal is different on the side. It says 323A, and the tyre's different. We've got a slightly wider tyre as standard here, and the tread pattern's different. If we look at this one again, slightly narrow, almost like a road tread pattern, that one. And we go to 323, it's a chunkier front tyre on there. The rear tyre looks a little bit chunkier as well. I mean, it's not hugely different. So this one is all standard. The interior is the same, the lights are the same, 100 horsepower, it's all exactly the same. The tyres are slightly different. This one, I think, did I go for wides on this one? I'm trying to think what I went for. That might be standard as well. This one I went for the ZT323 green as design option, front loader option, and yellow rims, and we've got beacons on the top of this one. Did I go for fenders as well? Did I go the whole hog on this one? No, I didn't, but I think we've got the rear trailer hitch on this one as well. Like I say, there's not a massive amount of difference between the two. It really does come down to these front tyres, because the front load is the same, the beacon's the same, the fender's the same, the rear trailer hitch is the same, the inside's the same. They're all pretty much identical until we come to this one, and this one is the one with rear twins. There's no narrow of options available on this model set, and these are proper rear twins. You've got two rear twin tyres. What you also get with this one, you get the warning squares on the back as well. I did put fenders on that one, although I don't know why, because obviously the fenders doesn't go out and cover that tyre, but I like that. That's kind of got a really kind of aggressive stance to it. It's nice, it's wide. That one's cool, I do like that a lot. And that really is about it. It's just a case of, you know, having a look at the options available. What do they look like? I've said this in a couple of my guide 2s recently. In FS19, all of this, I'm going to become redundant. All of this, I will still do my guide 2s, but all of this is available, or will be available, in the garage menu. So when you go into the garage menu, if I do this now and go into tractors, it will be a different menu. There'll be horsepower categories, and when I click on a vehicle like I've got here now, if I click on the Z323 like that, you're going to get a three-dimensional, I assume like a rotating version of the tractor, so you'll be able to look at it and see what it really looks like. What will also happen is, as I change things like I'm doing here now, they will change on the tractor. You'll be able to see them in the garage. That's as I understand it from the various different forums and information that's been released so far. That's going to be a massive change to the garage, and like I say, I think there's still a place for guide 2s. People are still going to be doing them. And it just puts my perspective on it, what I think about them, and you know, I try to play devil's advocate and try to be unbiased. Sometimes I really like a mod, sometimes I don't. These are cool little tractors, I do like them. I like the addition of the extra set with the narrows and all the different things you can get on them. There's enough here to keep people busy and interested, and there should be something for everyone. If these type of tractors are your thing, you're going to find a model, a configuration to suit you. I'm sure you will. But that's about it. So this mod from AAA Modding, or AAA Modding, thumbs up. I like it. It's really cool. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.